Welcome to the 24th floor. I'm Richard Denson. One of the most recognizable champions in sports is coming to Memphis. Nathan's hot dog eating contest winner, Joey Chestnut, is set to compete at AutoZone Park. And before he arrives in the Bluff City, Ruben Diaz and myself caught up with him for a wide-ranging conversation. We talked about his unlikely path to becoming the face of competitive eating, how he trains his body to consume dozens of hot dogs in minutes, and why he's excited to compete in Memphis. Here's our conversation with Joey Chestnut.
She said she knew right away, and my whole childhood I was been told to slow down. So when I got to college, I was a little bit self-conscious. And then my friends found out I could eat. They made me do my first contest, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have to hold back. And it really, I did a lot of things right. I went to school for engineering, worked in construction management, but the eating is the best job in the world. I get to travel around, eat, beat the heck out of people, and then just have a good time.
Would you have ever imagined in a million years that your job would be to eat? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, how crazy is that?
Oh my God, I got lucky. I get to go around and I see a lot of baseball players, and they might have a good job, but I think the eating, as long as I can stay healthy, it's the winner.
You talk about health. How do you prepare for something like this? Because I think what amazes all of us is how much you take down in such a limited time. And you don't ever, if you're not showing us, you may feel it, but you don't ever seem that you feel sick. And I think for the average human being, if they were to take down 10 hot dogs in less than 5 minutes, we'd feel a bit of indigestion. So how do you kind of train your body to be able to eat so much in such little time?
It's kind of, you adapt. The best way I can describe it is those crazy people who run marathons. Yeah, they've slowly made their body adapt, and they can push it. I remember the first time I did a contest, I did 20 hot dogs, and I thought I was full at that time, and now I've just slowly built my tolerance. My capacity is amazing. But yeah, right now I'm a little bit older, so these muscles in my throat are the things that are slowing me down more than anything. So I think. Yeah, it's the body's an amazing thing. We can slowly make it do absolutely awesome things. So I take time off. I try to lose weight when I'm gaining weight, and I make my body adapt to push it.
I think in your last contest, would you end up eating like 66 hot dogs?
Yeah, 66. Right? It was a warm day.
It was a light day. It was a light day. That's what I was saying. I was like, he didn't do more than that.
So, but you're saying your first.
Liquids.
Well, I mean, if 20 was what your first contest was, and you're talking about adapting your body, now you're at 66 or whatever, 60 or 70 you can do. How much more room do you feel like you have? Like, what's the number that you're saying, man, if I could get to this, that's like the pinnacle of me doing this?
Oh my gosh, yeah, my record's 76, and I know there's been a couple times where I've done 80 in practice. If I got the right hot dogs, right conditions, I think that'd be awesome to be able to do that on the 4th of July. I think breaking the record would be awesome. Getting that 77 mark would be sweet. But yeah, I love competition. I can guarantee that if somebody else came and did 77, I'd bump it up a little bit more.
What would you say is the strangest thing that you've ever eaten in a competition?
I've done some silly ones. I regretted a couple. I did cow brain tacos, and they were rough. That sponsor did me dirty. They were just like boiled brains, and they were all, oh my God!
I knew as soon as you said it.
It should have been illegal. I felt like I was assaulted. That was bad. What else? I've done. What else? Oh, I did jalapenos once, and that was the nightmare. It was too much for my tummy. I treat my body like a temple, and my body was angry.
I can't imagine doing an eating contest of jalapenos or boiled brains. What are you preparing for when it comes to these barbecue nachos? Because that's different than hot dogs, right? You've got a system in place for how you do hot dogs. What's your system going to be for barbecue nachos?
All right, guys, it's not going to be pretty. So because we got the barbecue, we got the cheese, and we got chips. And the chips, those are the slowest parts. So I'm going to be kind of squeezing, trying to get the fat and to saturate the chips, get them a little bit softer, and just find my rhythm. Find my rhythm. Wiggle it down. Chew, swallow, drink, and breathe. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people, when they do these contests, they stuff their mouth and they forget to swallow and they forget to breathe. So they're just standing there like with their a mouthful. So it's eating. It's not that complicated.
So let's be real, Mr. Chestnut. Is there anybody who can even really touch you in this competitive eating stuff? Because I told my bosses, you're essentially the Michael Jordan of this stuff. Like, I don't know anybody who's ever done it as well and as good as you. Have you ever had any sense where it was a guy over the years where it's like, okay, I might have met my match?
Oh, I don't know. I can guarantee you, as soon as I say that nobody can beat me, that's when I'm gonna start getting beat. No, I've been really, really lucky. I love what I do, and I look forward to some people challenging me. It keeps me young. I'm not young. I'm 42 now, and I keep looking for new ways to push my body, and this is I'm sure some animals going to be coming out of the woodwork and pushing me.
Yeah. How excited are you about coming to Memphis? We haven't talked much about that. Like, when's the last time you've been to Memphis? How excited are you to come back?
It's been years. It's been a few. I remember there was a little casino that outside of Memphis that did a Twinkie eating contest. It was like probably 30 minutes outside. It's been years since I've been in Memphis, and I'm amped. I don't think I've ever actually done a contest in Memphis.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's yeah. So this is I must be missing something. Yeah, dude. I think this is my first time actually eating in Memphis. So I've done a couple of restaurant challenges, and but yeah, this is my first time eating in front of an audience in Memphis. So I'm amped.
Talk about the fan aspect of it. I mean, obviously you're here for the eating contest, but to be able to see the fans, and I feel like fans going into this probably have a misconception about it. But you tell us about how it is for you when you participate in these competitions, how it is meeting fans.
Oh, fans are awesome. It's we always share stories about food and 4th of July. I meet guys who've been like you said, watching me since they were a kid, and now they have kids and they're watching me. So it's always fun. Food, sports, they bring the people together, and dude, yeah, I'll be hanging out at the game, giving autographs and doing meet and greet. I'll be there all night.
It'd be funny. Somebody will probably have you sign their barbecue nachos, like the tray with the barbecue nachos on it.
Oh, I've signed some weird things, but yeah, some weird food items. I'm sure I'll be signing some trays.
Let's talk a little bit about getting people out to the game, because I think, Redbirds, minor league baseball. Maybe there are people that wouldn't normally go to a Redbirds game that now will have an opportunity to come watch you compete professionally at it, right? So give the fans a little some reason why they should be coming out this weekend.
Oh my God, it's minor league baseball is always fun. They do a great job. It's a family atmosphere. It's always awesome food, and this ballpark. It looks like it's right downtown in the middle of it should be easy for. I'm excited to be there, and I'm really lucky to be able to make it out there, and I hope to see a lot of people from Memphis.
Joey, before we let you go, it's something that I'd like to start doing here on the 24th floor, if you will indulge with me. I call it our rapid fire segment. So can I ask you a couple of questions and we just go rapid fire?
Oh yeah, I'm hungry for it. Let's do it.
All right, first one. Memphis barbecue or Kansas City barbecue?
Memphis.
Thank you. All right, hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hot dogs.
Favorite cheat meal?
Whoa, what am I craving? Tacos.
Okay.
I want tacos. I'm a
That's an interesting one. All right, sweet or spicy?
Oh my God, spicy.
Best stadium food?
Best stadium. Good hot dogs.
Okay. Okay.
I've become a hot dog snob. I don't like stale buns. I don't like boiled dogs. But if you give me a grilled dog and a couple beers, I'm happy.
That's interesting. All right. Favorite city you've competed in?
What was this?
Favorite city you've competed in?
Oh, favorite city? Yeah, Buffalo, New York. They have a wing contest, and it's an underrated city.
And I know you probably alluded to this, but the food that you never want to eat again.
Oh, never want to eat again. Yeah, I'll never do the cow brain tacos.
I figured that.
Dude, it was. I don't get angry very often, but I was like, this sponsor is not. I'm not talking to this guy ever again.
Well, I can promise you, there's going to be no cow brain tacos here in Memphis, so don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Joey, we look forward to having you here in the Bluff City. We look forward to the competitive eating contest. I know some of our management is going to get a little bit grossed out about it. I'm personally going to be excited to see it, and I'm going to try to make sure we get cameras on it. But we thank you for joining us for this time, and we look forward to your visit.
Oh, thank you so much. Great talking to you guys.
You too. Have a great day.
You too. Right. Bye-bye.
All right, let's take a quick break on the 24th floor. That was Joey Chestnut once again coming for the competitive eating contest at the Memphis Redbirds game this weekend. We'll be back on the 24th floor. The Grizzlies are nearing the end of their summer league schedule, and through 4 games, we've gotten a better look at what this young roster could become.
All right, so I've watched a little bit too. I've liked what I've seen from Cam Boozer. He's continued to flash that he does have his all-around game, which we've said all along. And there's some young players making strong cases. How many of them actually make the team is the real question, though.
So joining us now, we haven't had him for a while, is our guy, ABC 24's Ezekiel Telemaco. Zeke, it's been a minute. You've been busy, man. So
been busy with a lot of coverage for sure. That would be an understatement, but it's good to be back on the show.
So I know you watch a lot of hoop with us. So what has been your impression so far this summer league? I know we kind of look at it as this is the real showcase for the rookies, and you and I have talked a lot about this draft class. What has kind of impressed you the most so far?
There's a lot of talented players within this draft class. I think that this draft class is equivalent. I know it's a different sport to the 2024 NFL draft class where you had all of those superstars, a lot of talent, a lot of people talking about how generational of a class it is. I know that Mr. Ruben is already going to tell me, because I can tell by the face that he's giving me, that, hey, this is the preseason, right? Can't judge it off of the preseason. But in terms of what I've seen so far, and in terms of these past few games, I would say that Caleb Wilson has really stood out to me. AJ is super shifty, explosive. When it comes to Boozer, I mean, he hasn't really, given me that wow factor, but he's been solid,
Yeah.
And I would say that this class does look generational. I mean, Acuff has been chucking up shots. It looks like it looks like a lot of these guys are. Some of them are going through some of those growing pains, and a lot of these other guys are, a more finalized product. Like AJ DeBonza's, super shifty, super explosive.
Yeah, so. I don't totally disagree, because so the summer league to me is a great place to get a first look at what those guys would look like potentially in an NBA style game, because there's a difference between an NBA style game and a college style game, even P4, P5 style college basketball game. So watching them in NBA summer league, you do get to get an idea of how they will play in that pace and in that style and with that other kind of talent around. So I don't discredit NBA summer league games. I think NBA preseason games are different, right? But NBA summer league games, it's really all those guys trying to make the team, and then those high-level rookies out there at the same time. So I've liked what I've seen from Cam Boozer. I think he had 21 one game, 12 in another. He's solid. He's not going to set the world on fire. But right now the Grizzlies need stability. They need consistency, and that might be the absolute best thing they can get out of him. I always liked AJ DeBonza, and I like Darius Acuff a lot too. But you're right, the class is strong, and there's a lot of talent to go watch.
And I think they have a lot of grit as well, just to bounce back off of that. You have guys already throwing shots like Caleb Wilson's hey, I like basketball too much to not step out and sit out. Obviously.
Who was he talking about?
He was talking about all of them. He wasn't just talking about Darren Peterson.
Who was he talking about?
He was talking about all of them.
He was talking about the dude that was sitting out until he found out that he would be second in the draft class.
What's that guy's name?
I don't know. Richard, I think, knows his name.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Peterson.
100%.
He was talking about all of them. I mean, he was surprised Darren didn't play, but he said all of them, because they asked him, in essence, all of the guys in his range. Staying on Caleb Wilson, NBA Twitter, NBA social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you get it, is very reactionary. When you saw Caleb Wilson hit 7 threes in that game against the Grizzlies, it was the same as he's done all college. And immediately people want to go on social media and say Caleb Wilson is better than Cam Boozer, even though Cam Boozer's team won, which doesn't matter. I think that Caleb Wilson will be a better player than Cam Boozer overall. But in saying that, I still do think that Cam Boozer was the right pick for the Grizzlies. Do y'all agree?
I think that Cam Boozer was the safest pick in this draft class. And I think that a lot of times when you get to 4 through 7 through 12, like the lower you go, obviously the higher of a risk it is. And you take a big swing on somebody like Wilson. But I like comparing things to quarterbacks, right? You know, you could take a player with a lower ceiling like a Mac Jones, or you can take a player like a Justin. Obviously, both of them didn't pan out, but you know, you can see that athleticism from Caleb Wilson. I would say that when it comes to Boozer, he doesn't have that generational explosiveness that I would see from Wilson or DeBonza or from the other players. But I would say that in terms of the fundamentals and playing the game the right way, you do see that from Boozer as well. So
I would say that when people, again, it's reactionary stuff. So the guy comes out, hits a bunch of threes, and suddenly he's supposed to be the next Messiah. But it doesn't really work like that, and especially in the league. In the NBA, it's all about who's around you, right?
Yeah.
You're a star or two, you got a couple stars, but then who's around you? So those guys are going to be as successful as their supporting cast. That's the truth of this generation of the NBA. The NBA of the old, they were good because, you know, Jordan was Jordan, Bird was Bird, right? Whatever. Kobe was Kobe. And, but this generation of basketball right now, in the NBA, it's about your supporting cast. So I don't think any of us know how good Cam Boozer or AJ DeBonta or Darren Peterson or Darius Acuff or Caleb Wilson is actually going to be until you see how those organizations piece people around them to set them up for success. SGA is a perfect example of that. Would SGA be the same SGA anywhere? I don't know, but you know that what Oklahoma City did to put around him, put the right pieces in the right places, give him the right situation, is what's helped him be successful.
And so, Zeke, I know you've talked about Cam Boozer, this probably being his team. In theory, yes, but something I think we haven't really talked enough about in Summer League is the guy playing with him, Cedric Coward, who's had a whole season. We've seen what he can be, and he's playing Summer League. In a lot of ways, he's the most ready-made guy. I don't know if you guys have watched a lot of Cedric Coward and Cam Boozer together, but what I've kind of noticed is Cedric Coward is hunting for his shot too much. And it's like that was the thing, because to Ruben's point, I'm wanting to look more at tendencies in Summer League more than the final result. And for me, I really was interested in Cedric Coward and Cam Boozer's fit because they're going to be the two guys this season. It feels like Cedric Coward is not doing enough pick and roll two-man game. I like to see that more. If he's just chucking that thing, which is a bad habit that I like to see in Summer League, and it might be a reason why Ruben don't like the NBA that much is they shoot too much. But I don't know. What you guys think?
I think he's trying to prove that he is that guy. You know, it's tough. I think that Jaylen Brown experienced that, and that's probably why he's not a Celtic anymore, is he was drafted the year before, and he was drafted at third, too, the same place that Jason Tatum was drafted at that next year. But despite that, people always assume for Jason Tatum to be the better player, despite him obviously performing well on the court. So I think it's a time where maybe he is trying to overachieve and he's still trying to chuck up those shots. And Summer League is the place to do it. If you're going to chuck up shots and you're going to prove yourself to your team, you know, like Ruben just mentioned, it's more of a competitive environment than those preseason games.
I can answer your question really quickly. The fact that he's playing Summer League tells you that he's not the man.
You
come
think
on now.
so?
Yes. So come on now. If
you think a second-year player?
Yes, I think with an organization like the Grizzlies that are rebuilding with so many unknowns, he's one of the few knowns.
Yeah.
Right? He's one of the few knowns on the team. So I don't know that. I do think putting them together, letting them play together is a good idea too. So you can see some of that. But you're right. I've said this for a long time. I think Cedric Coward is going to be a great basketball player.
Yeah.
Do I know if he's ever going to be a superstar? I don't know that answer. But do I think he's going to be a great basketball player? So if you're hunting for your shot, or maybe they want him to be more aggressive to try to, because they're going to need more punches to win games. Who knows? But I just see Cam Boozer is going to be extremely consistent because he knows his game and he plays his game well. And I think Cedric Coward is still rightfully so developing his game because of this time off with injuries and the way that his role is probably going to shift within the Grizzlies. It shifted so much just in last season, right? So there's so many unknowns with the Grizzlies, and I think everybody just has to be able to be excited about having the youth and giving them time. And they did get a point guard, by the way, right? Out of that, ended up that six-team trade, which is what they needed. Right? So I think there's a lot of promise there for the Grizzlies.
They got D'Lo, though. We'll see if they keep him. All right, it's so much that we can hit on in the Grizzlies. We weren't able to touch on it all in this show, but our guy, Evan Hayes on ABC 24, you can check out his articles and he will get you all caught up with Grizzlies. Summer League, they're taking on my team, the Atlanta Hawks, but we don't have to talk about that.
I think the Hawks have been undefeated or something, aren't they? Or have they won?
I think we lost.
Finally lost one?
I think we lost the first one. We lost one
Y'all
because
been doing pretty good,
we
though.
lost a game in overtime. But we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we're closing things out with our favorite segment, The Best Thing I Saw. You're watching us right here on the 24th floor. All right, we closing things out with the best thing I saw speed round. I'm going to give each of us a minute. Zeke, let's start with you. Go first.
LeBron James obviously being the, I guess, hottest free agent of, 2026. Yeah, who wouldn't want LeBron James to add to a contender at least, Mr. Ruben, a contender? If you're a regular team, I don't see why you would want him, but it's still LeBron James. It doesn't matter if LeBron James is 60 years old. That's LeBron James. That's one of the best basketball players of all time. But in terms of where he will go, I just don't know as to what you guys think. But I think that Philly would probably be the best spot for him. But either Philly or Cleveland.
Go to Cleveland and retire.
I'm agreeing with that. I think go to Cleveland. I think the best spot is Minnesota, though.
Okay.
I think you should go to Cleveland. End it all where it started.
Sure, you're 24. Ending it in Cleveland, I think, would be that fairy tale ending, but,
All right, Ruben, your turn. Best thing?
All right, my best thing is, because I'm a troll like that. I like to troll. I'm not a fan of Conor McGregor.
Did you watch this live?
I did not, because I would never spend my money to watch this guy. So I love the fact.
It's getting Paramount Plus.
I love the fact that he couldn't survive the match. That the first round
it's
blew
sad,
his
man.
knee
This
out.
ain't no best thing I saw unless you're like a real Conor McGregor hater.
Watching him
he's
not
going off
win.
sad. Look at that mohawk too. Looking ugly
I
like
didn't know
that,
what he was
man.
doing with the hair.
I don't like that dude, and so
I don't like his
glad to see
antics.
him not win.
But I like what he's done for UFC because he's brought a lot of fans. And at the peak, his peak, UFC was the hottest thing on earth.
For sure.
But from a perspective of being a UFC fan, Max Holloway, who he's fighting, is my favorite fighter of all time. And I was happy Max won. I just didn't want it to see that way. So that's kind of why I say it's kind of sad. Because Conor, last time he was in the octagon, he got hurt. And then to get right back in the octagon, he gets hurt again. And then you could just see he was
hurt
cooked.
himself.
We don't have enough time, that much time, but for you to take 5 years off, he's what, 38, 39 now?
I think so.
Right? You taking 5 years off?
Well, he was supposed to fight in between, which they didn't talk about on the broadcast. He was supposed to fight Chandler,
It makes you
and then he hurt his
wonder.
pinky toe, and they didn't even make it to the octagon for that.
It makes you wonder if there's something funny with the money, because normally they only come back when they need the money.
Sure.
I guess. All right, let's move to my best thing. It's a little bit different. I was on vacation, fellas, and this is courtesy of my Instagram story. Shout out to our people in the back pulling it up. DreamCon in Houston. I was out for a week. It was a fun time. More than 45,000 people there. I know here in Memphis it was Anime Blues Con. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there for that, but shout out to Adam McCarthy, who I talked to for that. But still, DreamCon basically is it's a safe space for blurs or black people who like anime, who like pop culture, music, gaming. I had a lot of fun, did a space tournament, saw Coach Contra there, which was a group that reminds me a lot of Wu-Tang Clan. I saw Dougie Fresh was there. I cosplayed myself. I don't know if we can bring that full to eventually see what I cosplayed as. One day I was Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. Another day I was Invincible. It was just a good time, man. I love the city of Houston.
No, I could imagine, to be able to.
Bring that full.
Yeah, bring that full.
Let's see that photo. Zoom into that photo
Bring
if you
it
can.
full. Yeah, that's
Look
actually
at
me.
that.
That's day one. I'm day from next Friday in the middle, and that's my friend. He's Trunks from Dragon Ball GT, and my other friend is there's me as Johnny Cage with Noob Saibot, but my other friend was Dante from Devil May Cry. I took a lot. Yeah, that's my Johnny Cage cosplay. The jacket, no shirt on, the arm wraps, whatever. It was cool, man. I had a lot of fun. I love DreamCon.
That's what's most important is
books.
you were safe. You're not going to tell them about the story?
Yeah, look, this is a little debate about, the top anime. They knew what's up with having Dragon Ball Z be the top anime ever, but a lot of folks was debating the wall and stuff like that.
But Dragon Ball being the best anime is like McDonald's being the best fast food chain.
Dragon Ball Z. Because Dragon Ball's the prequel.
Well, yeah, obviously Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, GT, all that stuff. There's so many Super and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, you really think that Dragon Ball Z is the best?
I mean, as a kid, we didn't know that Dragon Ball Z was anime. We just thought it was cartoon, and we get older.
There's no way this can still be riveting television.
This guy, he doesn't watch anything. Don't take this dude.
Help me. Are we out of time yet?
Ruben watches freaking Sky.
How much honor? We got 4.5 minutes left. Oh, 30 seconds. All right.
This man doesn't watch anything.
He's hating?
He's wish sweater. That's what he is, the contrarian.
You wouldn't dress up and go to one of those, Ruben?
You ain't got enough money, bro, to dress me up to go to anything like that.
You're like, I don't even put on a jersey to watch my kids play.
This is coming from a guy who hasn't watched Sinners, by the way.
I have watched Sinners.
It took him like 6 months to watch Sinners.
I'm not dressing up.
Have you ever seen the movie The Cookout? No, because you don't watch movies like that either.
No, not too often.
For anybody who's ever watched the movie The Cookout, Ruben is literally Danny Glover's character. I'll leave y'all with that one if you catch my drift about If y'all watch The Cookout and Danny Glover's character, that was Ruben. I'll leave y'all with that. If you know, you know. But that will do it for today's episode of the 24th Floor. Shout out to everyone who made today's show possible, especially Michaela Cavallo, Connor Alakaya, Brooklyn High for their work behind the scenes getting this show together. Big shout out to Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, that was fun.
And as always, our guy Ezekiel Telemaco for coming on, got to dap you up. I mean, fist bump you.
And special shout out to Denson for wearing the shirt on the show today. Much appreciated.
Have a great day, everyone. We will see you on the other side.
Take that thing off. Rip that bad boy off.